Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
What I like about that, Kate, I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
ETN again. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. First down, and they go right back to it. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. 7 yards on the run. That sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1. Motioning him from the slot right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Complete over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st down, they'll run. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Von Miller. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
They send the tight end in motion. To the air, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. The 12-year vet strikes true. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a give. It's ETN headed left. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They go right back to ETN. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hauled in left side.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
About to begin the second here, the Bills definitely thinking points. They motion the slot man right. And in, touchdown Buffalo. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. They will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Milton back to throw. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Now give left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Caught by Pollard. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
The ball is loose, but it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, Well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. He'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take a 2nd quarter lead. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll try it left with Etienne. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that 1st by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll get it up to the 44. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now a carry by Etienne. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Throwing now, Richardson. Brought in right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Trying it right side with Etienne. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They send a man in motion. Play action with Richardson. Connection made, Travis Etienne. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now a give to Etienne running right. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running it here with Etienne. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Richardson on 3rd. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills get some late points and the lead. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. Yep. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Milton. Fits it through the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Pass taken in by Pollard. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 1. That's taken in by Longu. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. Throwing now off play action. Completed to Pollard. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's complete over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first. Working inside the red zone. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And he's into the end zone. No time left, and they take the lead right as halftime arrives. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running this one left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Looking right, and he finds him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. He's driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. Daquan Jones with a tackle on that play. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10. Another carry for him. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Now Milton to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Looking to throw. He's got it to his running back. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. To throw, Milton. Trying to lob that one in, but no luck.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Milton. He fires one deep down the right side, and the defender comes away with it. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back! Because coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Broke through the tackle, and he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
ETN again, and he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact there.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They put a receiver in motion right. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, every once in a while, you understand a play that loses a yard or 2. But losing that much on a completion, there is some kind of malfunction with the offense. They'd have been better off abandoning that play. Heck, you might as well punt it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt, and it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Second and 6 now. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. This is the end of the third quarter. First down, ball at the 36. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 38. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
They'll run here on first down. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 48. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for Raiders first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, Kate. Defense broke through so quickly, they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Milton. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He's back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. The throw is caught. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. He'll throw it. He's on the move. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Raiders holding on to a field goal lead. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on fourth down. Back to throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. Here's the handoff. Is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders making a 9-point advantage. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Give. It's ETN headed left. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Evans, the motion man here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. The Raiders nearing a win as he drops to a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from Buffalo.